The Tennessee Volunteers reached the college football playoff despite having a litany of offensive issues. They struggled to pass the ball. The receivers and former quarterback Nico Iamaleava struggled to connect for the entirety of the 2024 season. And yet they put up good numbers on the ground. Their offensive line, which struggled to do a whole lot, if I'm being honest, was carried by Dylan Sampson, that running back room, and they had some good players up front like center Cooper Mays. And then that defense, they won games defensively in a way that really impressed me, where they almost beat Arkansas, scoring 14 points because their defense just kept holding Arkansas back. It was eventually too much, but the fact that they had some bad offensive games like that, or even the Alabama game, where they didn't score a single point in the first half, and then they come out and they win that game, and they were able to reach the college football playoff. It was impressive. It was a well-coached team by Josh Heupel and company. They went 10-3, 6-2, second in the SEC, didn't reach the championship game due to a tie-breaking loss with Georgia, and then they lost in the first round of the college football playoff in blowout fashion to Ohio State. In talking about Tennessee, I think it's important to realize and to have that reality check that you're not just going to reload from Nico Iamaleava. Before we resume this segment, please take a few seconds of your time to make sure you have liked the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for the channel and for any team podcasts and playlists linked in the description, and also comment your thoughts down below in the comment section and join my Discord server via the description. All of those things I just asked you to do are completely free, and they sign you up for things related to my channel, or they don't sign you up for anything. No cost to you, and all the benefit to you because we release daily college football content here on College Football with Sam. If you want to support the channel monetarily, sign up for a YouTube membership, or check any other links in the description for my merchandise store and Patreon page. Thank you very much, and let's get back to the segment. To Joey Aguilar. Now, Aguilar may put up similar numbers because Nico last year, the dirty secret was that he wasn't really all that good. But he has more natural talent than Aguilar. And Tennessee, well, they only returned 51% of their production, which is 81st, and their preseason S&P Plus rating is an 18.4, which is 13th per Bill Connolly, means they're viewed as 18.4 points better than the average college football team. The problem is, even with a schedule that I think in the SEC is very workable, that's just by SEC standards. It's still a pretty tough schedule from my perspective. So that, with breaking in a new quarterback, losing the majority of the defensive tackle core, having changes and a lot of youth at tackle, and that unit wasn't great last year, I think that Tennessee has a hard cap of 10, if not 9 wins. And I think the schedule explains that a bit. So Syracuse is a neutral field game in week 1. They'll be favored there. East Tennessee State, obviously that's a win. Georgia week 3. UAB week 4, at Mississippi State week 5, once again could be the worst SEC team. Week 6 they get a bye. Week 7 host Arkansas. 8 they play at Alabama. 9 they host Kentucky. 10 they host Oklahoma. Get a bye in week 11 before playing New Mexico State week 12, traveling to Florida week 13, and Vanderbilt at home week 14. So, I mean, when I look at Tennessee's schedule, it's a workable schedule. It is, like, again, by SEC standards, and it should show at Kentucky, not hosting Kentucky. They play at Kentucky in week 9, little correction there. In observing Tennessee's schedule, I think that wins against a team like Georgia or Alabama on the road are going to be very hard to come by. And then between Oklahoma and Florida on the road, maybe Arkansas if they bounce back, or Kentucky if they bounce back in a major way, or somehow Syracuse reloads, or Vanderbilt's returning production really gives their team a boost, I see Tennessee at least getting 2 losses. And even if they go 10-2 again and match last season's win total, I think as a team quality, as a roster, they will be worse. So I just want to establish that. And they could be as bad as a 500 team. They could go back to 2021, wouldn't be the same style. Their defense would be better, offense would be worse, but that's possible with the amount of changes they're going through. I have enough faith in Heupel and his culture and the roster to believe that realistically they're going to finish with at least a winning record, 7-5. They may just lose 5 SEC games, or maybe they start the year rough against Syracuse. I think this will be a team that gets better as the year goes on and starts off in a pretty rough way. I don't know. It's interesting to look at. I will get back to their roster, though, before getting to my official record prediction and tell you that I don't like quarterback at all. But I think Peyton Lewis and Deshaun Bishop are all SEC caliber running backs. I have them on my all SEC team. It's larger than most. I've said that in all my prediction videos just for context. I have Wendell Moore Jr. at guard. Same with Shamurad Omarov. Those are the 2 projected starting guards last time I checked. I have Mike Matthews actually breaking out for Tennessee in a major way at wide receiver. 5-star recruit they got 2 cycles ago. Miles Kitselman at tight end is going to be a beast. And I think that Joshua Josephs, Dominic Bailey, Bryson Eason, those are players on the defensive line who are all SEC caliber. Jeremiah Talander and Arion Carter at linebacker. And then also on my All-SEC teams, I have Jermon McCoy, Ricky Gibson III, Colton Hood, and Boo Carter. That might be the deepest corner room in America, and it could also be the best overall in terms of starting capability. The defense, yet again, should be good. I think Heupel's a good coach, so I don't think they're going to implode. But this team with, plus, 250 odds to reach the playoffs, plus, around that 3,000 mark to win the SEC and the 8.5 win total, they have a very clear ceiling to them in my mind. And I'm picking for this season, tied for 4th in the SEC. I have a lot of teams going 5-3 in SEC play. I have them going 9-3 in the regular season, and then going to a bowl game, and probably a pretty nice bowl game. Chance to win 10 games in the bowl, or if you lose the bowl, you still win 9 games overall in an impressive conference to play in. The schedule matches up well enough with them to where I think they have a guaranteed, again, 7 wins. And they'll probably, whether it's, whether Vanderbilt or Oklahoma or Florida or Arkansas, Kentucky, some of those games that aren't guaranteed wins, because some of those teams will probably be better than I think they will be. I think they'll win some of those games because enough of them are at home, or Tennessee has enough roster talent that is superior to the roster talent on those squads to come out with a win. That's my Tennessee record prediction, and now I want to get to some more specific predictions that I have for the Volunteers. Let's go through this. I have a mild, medium, hot, scorching, and hellfire prediction based on the heat of said prediction, kind of using a Scoville scale analogy. My mild prediction is that Tennessee is a worse quality team in 2025 compared to 2024. It's the easiest prediction one could make for Tennessee, outside of the fact that they would drop off at defensive tackle or quarterback. Those are some of the easiest predictions one could make about Tennessee football, in my mind. My medium prediction for them is that the rushing offense won't drop off much due to the talent in the backfield. Already mentioned this. I think that Peyton Lewis will be a good running back and that Deshaun Bishop will as well. That rotation will be used along with maybe someone that I don't quite know about or that you don't know about as a key player. And I think Tennessee will run the football well again. My hot prediction is that Tennessee will produce its worst offense under Josh Heupel with the quarterback change. It will not be a good offense. It won't. It'll be even worse than last year. And last year's offense was not all that impressive. It just was not. So that's just with, the changes at wide receiver, and I actually think they'll get better there, but I think quarterback's going to get worse. O-line's a bit shaky. And the fact that they'll no longer have the caliber of defense they did last year with all they lost, it'll regress a little bit, means the offense won't have the same amount of chances to make mistakes or to get down the field, and they'll have less time to work with. So I think it will be Heupel's worst offense at Tennessee. My scorching prediction is that the Volunteers will win several nail-biters. So whether it's Syracuse in week 1, maybe Arkansas at home, Oklahoma at home, maybe Kentucky on the road, or at Florida or Vanderbilt, I think they're going to win some close games. I think that this team will play in more games in which they either lose or win close than win in dominant fashion. It's going to be an entertaining team to watch unless you're a Tennessee fan, which I think there will be several moments where You either want to turn off the TV or you think that your team is going to lose. And that's just because the defense is going to need some time to settle in. It'll be a good unit. But Tennessee has a lot of questions on offense, and they also have questions at special teams, too. And they play some tough competition. This leads me to my Hellfire prediction, where I have Tennessee going 9-3, but I don't think it'll be a good 9-3. I think there will be several teams with either similar losses or more losses, whether in terms of quality or quantity, that will be superior to Tennessee. I think that they lose to Georgia and Alabama each by 17 or more points. I think that Georgia, that early in the year with the QB change, I think that's going to be a blowout. Georgia's going to go in there, and it's going to look like the 2023 game or the 2021 game. Not because Georgia is the caliber of team they were in 21 or even 23, because Tennessee is going to, they're not going to fit the identity of a Heupel team at all that early. Just with the QB change, the moves they had to make in the spring, and the fact that there is just enough of more unknown things to where I think it will be a bad loss. And it's the same thing for Alabama on the road. Alabama's going to want revenge. We all remember what happened to Tennessee in 2023, even 2021 when they had a really good offense, but Alabama's was just better. This Alabama team is a little bit more experienced than last year's, and I think they match up better with this Tennessee team because of, the environment change. It's being played in Tuscaloosa. It's not being played in Neyland. And also the fact that Tennessee loses a lot on the line of scrimmage and probably has a net, they probably have a net negative there in that matchup. Alabama gets better on the line of scrimmage, or at least maintains it. I think Tennessee's going to get worse. And then Alabama will probably be a better passing team than they were last year, while Tennessee will be worse as well. Those games are just not good matchups at all, and I think those are close to guaranteed losses. But this Tennessee team, relative to what happened in the spring portal with Nico leaving and that being unexpected, and the fact that they have not recruited at the level of a Texas, a Georgia, and Alabama, they're clearly behind those. I think that Heupel will do a good job coaching and managing this roster. I think that with everything in consideration, 9-3, even with some of the conditions I provided, with some of those bad losses, would at least be a good coaching job. Maybe not one of the best coaching jobs in America, but close, I think, for sure. This will be a team that struggles in the big games, also struggles to escape in some of the smaller games, but I think in those smaller games, not against Alabama or Georgia, that I would favor Tennessee's coaching and I would favor their roster over the rosters and staffs of many of those other teams not named Alabama and Georgia. Florida on the road will be tough. Syracuse opening up, I think, will be tough, but Tennessee will find a way to win some football games this fall. Thank you for watching College Football with Sam. Make sure that you've liked the video, subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell for the channel and team playlists and podcasts in the description, joined the free Discord server where we talk college football 24/7, and have commented your thoughts down below. Check out the description for any ways you can support the channel monetarily. Everything else I've asked you to do is completely free, and your support means the world to me. We're trying to become the next big thing on college football YouTube. 6-figure subscribers, maybe 1 million one day. I think we can do that. And also check out any videos or playlists, anything in these columns right here, where there will be videos and playlists. Yeah, you get the point. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one.